If you are between 20 and 30 years old, this is not just another motivational video. It is a reality check designed to help you avoid the most common traps young adults fall into during this critical decade. This is not about blaming you or making you feel guilty. It is about showing you, with clarity and honesty, what actually works and what does not when it comes to building a stable, meaningful, and financially secure future. Many people in this age group are stuck in cycles of distraction, emotional reactivity, and short-term thinking. Not because they are lazy, but because nobody ever explained to them how the real world operates outside of social media, entertainment, and instant gratification. The decisions you make or avoid making between now and age 30 will shape the next 30 years of your life more than you realize. It is not about being perfect. It is about being aware, intentional, and consistent in small, daily actions that compound over time. You do not need to have everything figured out, but you do need to start asking better questions like, what am I trading my time for? Or, is this habit moving me closer to the life I actually want? Most people waste their 20s trying to find themselves without realizing that identity is built through action, not introspection alone. You become who you are by what you repeatedly do, not by what you feel, wish, or post online. This decade is your best shot at laying foundations: financial, emotional, professional, and relational. If you ignore them now, you will pay for it later, not with money, but with regret, stress, and lost opportunities. And no, it is not too late if you are already 28 or 29, but the clock is ticking, and every month matters more than you think. One of the biggest mistakes people in their 20s make is treating money like it is optional or secondary to living in the moment. The truth is, financial stability does not come from luck or a sudden windfall. It comes from consistent, boring, unglamorous habits practiced over years. You do not need to be rich to start. You need to be disciplined. That means tracking your spending, even if it is just in a notes app. It means saving before you spend, not after. It means understanding that every dollar you waste today is a dollar you cannot invest, save, or use for an emergency tomorrow. Most financial advice fails young people because it is either too complex or too focused on get-rich-quick fantasies. The real foundation is simple. Spend less than you earn, automate savings, avoid lifestyle inflation, and learn the basics of compound interest. If you earn $2,000 a month and spend $1,900, you are not winning. You are one emergency away from debt. If you earn $1,500 and save $300 consistently, you are building resilience. And resilience is more valuable than any temporary luxury. Credit cards, buy now, pay later schemes, and emotional spending are silent killers of financial freedom. They make you feel powerful in the moment but leave you trapped in the long run. The goal is not to deprive yourself. It is to create space so that money serves you instead of you serving money. Start now, even if it is $10 a week. The math does not lie. Small, consistent actions beat occasional grand gestures every single time. Your career is not just a job. It is a system of skills, relationships, reputation, and value creation. Too many young adults treat work as something they have to do, instead of something they can intentionally design and grow. The difference between someone who stagnates and someone who thrives is not talent. It is strategy. That means identifying what skills are actually valuable in the real market, not just what you enjoy or what feels comfortable. It means learning how to communicate clearly, manage your time, handle feedback, and solve problems, because those are the skills employers and clients pay for, regardless of industry. It also means understanding that no job is forever, and loyalty to a company is rarely rewarded. But loyalty to your own growth always is. You should be learning something new every quarter, even if your employer does not require it. You should be documenting your achievements, building a portfolio, and expanding your network, not for vanity but for optionality. The more skills you have, the more paths open up. The more value you can demonstrate, the more leverage you have in negotiations. Do not wait for permission to grow. Do not wait for a title to act like a professional. Start where you are, use what you have, and build from there. Your 20s are the cheapest, safest time to experiment, fail, and pivot, because you likely have fewer responsibilities and more time to recover. Use that advantage wisely. Emotional intelligence is not a soft skill. It is a survival skill. In your 20s, you will face rejection, failure, criticism, loneliness, and uncertainty. How you respond to those moments will determine your mental health, your relationships, and your ability to keep moving forward. Most people react emotionally because they have not learned how to pause, reflect, and choose their response. That is not weakness. It is a gap in education. Emotional intelligence means recognizing your triggers, understanding your patterns, and developing tools to regulate your nervous system before you make decisions you will regret. It means learning to say, "I need space," instead of ghosting someone. It means apologizing when you are wrong, even if it is uncomfortable. It means setting boundaries without guilt, because you understand that saying no to others often means saying yes to yourself. Therapy is not just for people in crisis. It is for anyone who wants to understand themselves better and break cycles they did not choose. Journaling is not just for poets. It is for anyone who wants to process thoughts instead of suppressing them. Meditation is not spiritual fluff. It is training for your attention and emotional regulation. These are not luxuries. They are maintenance routines for your inner world. And just like you would not skip brushing your teeth, you should not skip caring for your mental and emotional health. The calmer and clearer you become, the better decisions you will make in love, money, work, and life. Relationships, romantic, platonic, familial, are not side quests in your 20s. They are core infrastructure. The people you spend time with will influence your habits, your mindset, your opportunities, and even your income. That is not an exaggeration. It is sociology. If you surround yourself with people who complain, procrastinate, and avoid responsibility, you will unconsciously absorb those behaviors. If you surround yourself with people who challenge you, support your growth, and hold you accountable, you will rise to their level. This is not about cutting off everyone who is not perfect. It is about being intentional. Ask yourself, does this relationship energize me or drain me? Do we grow together, or do I shrink around them? Are they reliable, respectful, and reciprocal? Romantic relationships, especially, deserve more scrutiny than most people give them. Love is not enough to sustain a healthy partnership. Compatibility, communication, shared values, and emotional maturity are what actually make relationships last. Do not confuse intensity for intimacy. Do not confuse chemistry for compatibility. Do not stay in relationships out of fear of being alone. That is how you waste years. And do not neglect friendships, real friendships, the kind where you can be vulnerable and honest, because they are often the most stable source of support when everything else feels chaotic. Invest in people who invest in you. Let go of relationships that cost more than they give. And remember, you teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. Health is not a future project. It is a daily practice. Your body is not a machine you can abuse now and fix later. The habits you build in your 20s, sleep, nutrition, movement, stress management, will determine your energy, focus, and physical resilience for decades. You do not need to be an athlete or eat perfectly. You need consistency in the basics. That means sleeping 7 to 8 hours regularly, not as a luxury, but as a non-negotiable biological need. It means moving your body in ways you enjoy, walking, dancing, lifting, stretching, not as punishment, but as maintenance. It means eating real food most of the time, not to look a certain way, but to feel clear, strong, and capable. Alcohol, junk food, all-nighters, and chronic stress might feel harmless now, but they are accumulating debt in your body's account, and the bill always comes due. Preventive health is invisible. You will not get applause for drinking water instead of soda, or for going to bed early, but you will feel the difference in your mood, your skin, your focus, and your stamina. And when you feel better physically, you make better decisions mentally. You do not need a gym membership or a personal trainer. You need awareness and small, sustainable changes. Start with one habit. Drink more water, or walk 20 minutes a day, or cut soda. Master that, then add another. Health is not about perfection. It is about direction. And the best time to start is always now. Time is the only resource you cannot get back, and yet, it is the one most people waste without realizing it. Scrolling, binge-watching, overthinking, waiting for the right moment, saying, I will start tomorrow. These are all forms of self-sabotage disguised as relaxation. The truth is, you have the same 24 hours as everyone else. What separates people who build meaningful lives from those who feel stuck is not talent or luck. It is how they allocate their attention and energy. Time management is not about squeezing more tasks into your day. It is about aligning your daily actions with your long-term priorities. That means saying no to things that do not matter so you can say yes to what does. It means batching distractions instead of letting them fragment your focus all day. It means scheduling what is important, exercise, learning, relationships, instead of leaving it to chance. Most people live on autopilot, reacting to notifications, obligations, and other people's agendas. Taking control of your time means designing your day intentionally, even if it is just 30 minutes in the morning to plan, reflect, or learn. Use tools, calendars, timers, to-do lists not to become a robot, but to create space for what actually matters. Track your time for 1 week. You will be shocked at how much disappears into low-value activities. And remember, you are not too busy. You are just not prioritizing what you say you value. Time does not care about your excuses. Keeps moving. The question is, are you moving with purpose or just passing time? If you have made it this far, you are already ahead of most people because awareness is the first step to change. You do not need to overhaul your life overnight. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to start today with one small intentional action. Save $5. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier. Send that message. Apply for that course. Say no to that draining commitment. Delete that app. Whatever it is, start small, but start now. Progress is not linear. You will have setbacks. You will forget. You will procrastinate. That is normal. What matters is that you keep coming back, not with guilt, but with curiosity and commitment. Your 20s are not about having it all figured out. They are about experimenting, learning, and building foundations that will support you for decades. The person you become at 35, 40, or 50 is being shaped right now by the books you read, the conversations you have, the boundaries you set, the money you save, the skills you learn, and the habits you repeat. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be, with the power to change direction at any moment. So take a deep breath. Pick one area, just one, and focus on it for the next 30 days. Then come back and pick another. That is how real, lasting change happens. Not in bursts, but in rhythms. If this resonated with you, do not keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more honest, practical content like this. Hit like if it helped, it supports the channel more than you know. And leave a comment. What is one small change you are committing to this week? Let us build better lives together. You have got this.